Present day. Present time.
Two giant games we get to see for the first time this year.
What is this
As of
from
right
Outer
now,
Worlds?
It seems like Project Kestrel is the upcoming ZeniMax Online Studios game. We saw this codename pop up in a past GeForce Now leak, with ZeniMax Online Studios being the devs behind the Elder Scrolls Online, which has been ramping down recently.
I know a lot about Elder Scrolls Online. I play that game since day one. Oh my god. I'll tell you in a bit.
Elder Scrolls Online is ramping down because turns out, when you make a whole expansion and the main attraction of is, hey, here's a companion that's non-binary,
That's not the
don't
issue.
really appreciate that a lot. It's not really a good
That's not
selling
true.
point. Because ZeniMax has made Elder Scrolls Online the wokest shit show that you have seen. Okay, listen, no, I'm serious. They are trying to canonize the fact that
This is
Elder
not true.
Scrolls gods are all non-binary and
Okay, let me tell you what. This guy, I like his videos and I respect him, but I gotta someone I like, or no matter who you are, I gotta call this out. And this is bullshit. This game is not dying because it's woke. This game, the Elder Scrolls universe in general, always had LGBT and inclusive characters. Like, for example, Elder Scrolls Online from day one, there was this side quest where there was these two werewolves. They were a gay guy couple, and you had to save one of them. And well, one of them got torn into a werewolf. And also, if you play Morrowind and you read the Book of Vivek, there's actually a book that literally shows us Vivek is hermaphrodite, and he changed his gender, and he did something really weird. Like he s- stole he stole the head of Malakbal. The he's the god of murder and rape. I don't want to say the word grape. And so he took his penis and made a spear to stab this other goddess with it. I know, it sounds weird. It's weird. Elder Scroll has weird lore. But yeah, I don't think the game is dying because of that. I'll tell you exactly why. So Elder Scrolls Online has an issue of not fixing stuff. There's bugs in the game and dungeons that been for 10 years plus, and they never fixed it. PvP, it's horrible. They made it where you can't solo open world PvP, and it's really difficult unless you go to Imperial City. The game is super unbalanced. They nerf sets every month, every 2 months, or every month or every 2 months. Uh, there's way too many champion points. Champion points used to actually feel like the champion points actually help you and it was fun, but there's 3,600 champion points and the game is so unbalanced. They keep nerfing things. Classes are super unbalanced. There's too much content to do. And a lot of the bugs, like you can't progress through certain stories because the bugs get you stuck. The customer support got better, but it's still not great. It's just the game is not uh, like if you're into MMOs and you really like them, you'll get into it. But for a new player, it kind of just scares them. There's way too they do a little bit better at introducing things, but the game it's dying because it's nothing like people are really inclusive in that community and really accepting. The issue is that they just have way too many stuff in the game and too much imbalance. They refuse to fix PvP. Instead of fixing PvP open world, what they did is they introduced battlegrounds. And they introduced battleground and they neglected all the rest of PvP. Like I invested so much time into that game. Like I played from day one. I didn't go to prom. I didn't go to graduation. I dedicated a lot of time. I was number one player in PvP. I did all the PvE content. Like I was so fully invested in that game. But the main problem stem from though is not the woke stuff. And it's not that they turn it into woke stuff. The what they want to call it woke or inclusiveness, that was always there from day one. This guy clearly doesn't know what he's talking about. I was in the community from day one and laughed last year. And on top of the game being really unbalanced, they added type of spell crafting and that unbalanced the game even more. So on top of me having to do all these crazy builds to be able to survive solo PvP because they made it nearly impossible to force you to do group PvP in Cyrodiil, which is open world PvP. They made it where like, yeah, everything is unbalanced. You're already struggling with a lot of classes, and on top of that, they made it where you could add different damage and abilities and modify your move sets. Like a spell have extra effects, and that completely is going to break the game. Like when that got announced, I'm like, yeah, it's time for me. Like I deal with a lot of bullshit. Like, can you believe there's a bug in dungeons? Like I remember this one time I took like a few months like years a year break and I came back and that bug and that exact dungeon and all the dungeons that have that same bug, the bug was still there. The reason people are leaving is that, and also they monetize everything, like every cool cosmetics and stuff that you could they force you to buy loot crates. The game is so heavily monetized. And the prices for things are super crazy, and you can't just buy things in the crown store. They force you to get crown crates. And it's come to a point that the game just becomes not fun when you have that much imbalance, and they say they're going to fix it. We're working on it, and it never gets fixed. I think their biggest neglect will be the PvP, the PvPers. They never give a crap about PvPers, which is a really big community. In PvE, there's only so much PvE you could do till you get bored. So people leave, and it has a lot of seasonal players. So the game has been declining a lot, especially now.
Fans and whatnot. I'm not even joking. That's actually what they had going for. It's insanity.
That's always been there.
That would make sense, because it seems like their giant new MMO has been
The last time I heard of them adding something new to the game, they decided to do the most genius thing ever, and that is steal. But they didn't choose to steal something good. No. They looked at World of Warcraft and said, what is the worst thing that people hate about the game? And their answer was obviously Shadowlands.
Wait, what?
And what is the worst thing that you can do in Shadowlands? Torghast. And they were like, yeah, we're taking Torghast.
Oh, he's talking about the Arcanist DLC. That expansion, that was already there. Their inspiration was actually Dungeons and Dragons, not World of Warcraft.
Yeah, we're taking Torghast. We're taking Torghast, boys. Yeah, we're stealing the worst part of World of Warcraft. We're doing it. And then they did.
been ramping up. As far as actual gameplay
That wasn't it. No, they took it from Dungeons and Dragons, actually.
details, or even just the theme or what this game will be, we really know next to nothing. At one point, there was a job listing for somebody having to do with vehicles, so seemingly the game will have vehicles, but that's really it. But what we do know is this game is shaping up to be giant. This project has been in the works since at least October of 2018, and in that time, ZeniMax Online Studios has gone from one office in Hunt Valley to 5 offices, as they now have locations in Austin, Madison, San Diego, and Montreal.
Yep, that sounds like something that's going to be shut down very soon.
In addition to Hunt Valley.
So my take, if you want the honest opinion, Elder Scrolls Online, like, the whole reason that, just to sum it up more, the whole reason the game is failing, like I said before, they're having monetization. But if you put that aside, it's just like the whole game, it doesn't feel like what it used to. And it's okay to have change, but they redid the whole champion point system to the point that if you're like an old school player, like it's just they overcomplicated the things more than they have to. And a lot of the passes that you get with all the champion points you have, they end up like not really serving you no purpose. And they have no use because you can only slot certain ones. So oh, and they keep adding more houses and bloating the game. Like last time I downloaded it was like 300 or 400 gigabytes for the game, which was kind of crazy considering um World of Warcraft been around way longer than that. Well, the graphics are less too. Like they're like less intensive, but yeah, the engine is like shit. Like everything feels really clunky, and they've made a couple of graphics improvements, and they supposedly said that they changed the engine, but everything feels like shit. Like the game is just it's just super bloated, everything is laggy. Like the whole game is just a shit show. Like from nerfing things every 2 months, the RNG being really bad. The list is going on and on. And instead of taking the places that they already have and adding to it, they just keep adding more expansions and more expansions. And it's just like people just don't want to have it no more. And PvE, what's the point of adding so much PvE content? Before they add more PvE content, they should fix what's broken before they focus on that. And they said in the past, oh yeah, we're gonna fix it. They end up not fixing it. The champion point, it's freaking nuts now. 3,600 points. Like, it even overwhelms like veteran players like myself. Like, I literally stopped going to school. When this game was around, I stopped going to school because I was so obsessed with that game. It's nuts though. Like, basically my take, that's what my take is. The game, the problems of the game go way much deeper. Like, it has nothing to do with woke. It's just the game is a freaking mess, and the lag is so bad. Even for like when you're walking normally around the world, it's just ugh. The spellcrafting. I know I'm kind of repeating myself, but yeah, the game is just a hot mess. It's just too much shit broken. Things they're not fixing. It's just, and they always say they're going to fix it. They're not going to fix it. And when they don't want to deal with a problem, they release something to distract everyone else from the problem. And then people get excited, they play it, and then once they finish, they go back and realize they promised us they were going to fix this, they didn't fix it. So that's my take. I don't think the game is really going to pick up. There's mostly seasonal players when a new expansion comes out, but it's not a game that people dedicate themselves. And I played that game since 2014. That's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4. Like 11 or 12 years since day one, since like last year. So yeah. Yeah. It kind of sucks. People get really emotional invested in this game. And they keep adding freaking houses. We don't need more houses. And they keep saying that they can't add more expansions to the game. And they keep adding houses because console can't handle the RAM and all this performance stuff. But then boom, next year, another expansion again. It's just bad. It's just the game is in a really bad state. Anyway, if you like this video, don't forget to like and comment. Let me know what you think. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I'm also streaming on Twitch every day from 9 p.m. Eastern to 11, and on days I'm off, I pretty much stream till like 3 in the morning, and that's Eastern time. Until next time, and remember, stay spooky. Bye. Also, I forgot to mention, the platform I'm streaming on is actually Twitch. You can find the Twitch in the description. Bye.